I had an amazing experience with float therapy early on today. And this is actually not my first time of experiencing float therapy. The very first time I tried float therapy was about 3 years ago. And I just decided to have that experience today, but it made me really appreciate the power of putting your body in an environment to really trust. Now, the first time I tried flow therapy, a bit of context. Growing up as a kid, I used to be so scared of the dark. So the first time I tried flow therapy, I actually told them to leave the light on because I was scared of being in total darkness. So this time around, I didn't even think about it. The lights went off, and maybe like 15 minutes in floating, I realized, oh my God, the lights are off. I'm not scared. I'm not shrinking. My body feels relaxed. And it just really made me appreciate the growth that has happened in terms of like creating internal capacity, trust between my brain and my body over the years. And, just really experiencing that flow therapy. Initially, the first few minutes, because I hadn't done it in a while, I was struggling to stay afloat. Like I was struggling with the water. But if you're experienced flow therapy before, you know that the Epsom salts that they're putting there, you don't have to do anything. Your body intelligently knows to just stay afloat. But, I give myself some grace, like after like 15 minutes, my body started to relax into it. It was dark. I didn't feel the need to hold on to anything. The first time I tried flow therapy, I had to use the neck thing to hold myself because I was so scared and I couldn't trust all the way. But this time around, I didn't even need the neck support. So it just really made me appreciate the growth and the daily evolving of allowing my body to really trust. And as I was laying there and I was experiencing the flow therapy, it was for 60 minutes, and it made me reminded me of the ocean. Just really trusting something bigger than yourself. And I really just let go. Like I just surrendered to the water. And I was so appreciative that I was able to have this experience. And I really started to see how the intelligence of our bodies take over time as we start to create internal capacity. And also, just even while I was struggling initially with the flow therapy, I give myself grace to be a human being. My thoughts came up. There were some dark thoughts that came up, and I just observed it. Like I just kept telling myself, you're safe, Wonu. You're safe. You're safe. You're safe. I love you. You're safe. I love you. You're safe. And over time, it's just the thoughts came, it floated away. And it was just overall an wholesome experience. 10 over 10, highly recommend. If you've never tried flow therapy and you're trying to start to create trust between your brain and your body and allowing your body to start to remember its own intelligence on its own, I highly recommend flow therapy. I think for me now, I'm going to be doing regularly as part of my routine, because for me, it's also like a fun way to have a different experience in my body.